What's up, everyone? It's Adam here. Now, if you're like me, you may have not always known that you can improve in your social skills or that you could improve with women. You may have thought at one time that that was something that just people either had or they didn't, and you kind of were at a point in life where maybe you felt like a victim, although you may not have even have realized that you identified this way. You may have not thought that you could take action on this area of your life, although you may not have been consciously aware, again, that you might have thought this, like myself. However, whether you're at that stage, whether you're another stage, I feel like this video is going to help you no matter what stage you're at. And if you're going out and you're looking to improve your social skills, sometimes it can be confusing. I know when I first started doing this, that I read the book The Game, and then I was sort of turned on to this guy that was called Mystery, and he said that you could go and say this line, or you had some sort of a structure and a way to do this, and then you started going down this path and learning from other people that may have said that you could approach things this way or you could approach things that way. Many different theories and ideas and out there, concepts. Then you can start getting into reading books about psychology and human nature, and all this stuff is good. However, at this point in my development, I've been on this journey for 12 years now. I first learned about this back when I was 25. And at this stage, what I realize is that a lot of this is about your character. Whether you want to learn different ways of expressing yourself or learn better communication skills, these are great things to know and things that you can study and learn about. Learn about how to negotiate better, learn about how to increase your vocabulary, how to communicate better with other people. Yes, these things are good. However, when you're focused on meeting women, improving that area of your life, although this is social skills, and I think it's beneficial that you can learn to develop your personality and your social skills with everybody, not just women, but let's just say you're going out to bars, you're going out to clubs, and you're looking to increase options in your life, meet different women, focus on cultivating more abundance in that area. Well, instead of focusing on tactics and techniques, before you can even do that, you're going to have to be able to get out of your house and make yourself go and even get to the bar, get to the club. And if you can't even do that, then how are you going to even meet people? I mean, yes, you could go online and you can meet people online and these kinds of things. But what's great about going out in person is that it challenges you on so many other levels. So many other levels than if you're just doing this online, where you're just sitting in the comfort of your home and you just have to post pictures. The thing I don't like about online is that you're more at the effect. You kind of put yourself out there and you don't necessarily have as much ability to make something happen with somebody that you might find appealing on those platforms. That's why I like going out in person, is that when I see somebody that I'm drawn to, I can go up and I can introduce myself. I can make the attempt. But what I want to say in this video is that you're going to have to develop a lot more than just learning a line and thinking that you can just go up and recite something that you memorized off the internet. This endeavor requires you to grow in so many other ways, and that's why I have been doing it as long as I have. That's why it's so much fun. It challenges you in so many different ways. And some of those ways, and what you're going to want to focus on, is your character. Character, virtues, attributes. You can read a book like As a Man Thinketh, and in that book it talks about how everything starts in the mind. So what that means is that if you think it, you first have to think it, then the action precedes the thought. If you don't believe that you can do it, then you're not even going to try. If you are focused on all the areas that you're lacking in, or all the barriers stopping you from success, instead of focusing on solutions to those problems, then again, you're not even going to try. If you feel like you're a victim, you're not going to try because you're always going to blame something outside of yourself. But I'm kind of getting off the point. The point I wanted to say is that character development, these things are cultivated over time. These things are practiced and these things are exercised. So when you're reading books on these different concepts and ideas like integrity, self-control, self-reliance, validating yourself, these things are great to learn about, but then how do you actually go and exercise them? And that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, is that you want to start learning how to manage your time. Managing your time, being aware of how you're spending your time, how you're spending your money, how you are spending your mental capital. What are you allowing to influence you? What are you feeding your mind? Not only what are you feeding yourself when it comes to nutrition and food, but what about the nutrition that you are feeding to your mind? What are you spending your money on? All of these areas are equally important, and something that I have found to be very beneficial is making a schedule for yourself and peeling away all of the distractions and the things that aren't necessities. Find out what those baseline necessities are for yourself, just at the most basic level, which would be survival, right? And what would that be? A roof over your head, basic clothing, a job, making money for yourself. You need these things. You can't live without them. This is why it's at the level of just basic survival. What are those things? When you're stressing out and you might have anxiety, realize if you strip everything away, then all you're left with is all you have to do is work, make money, provide for yourself, food, basic food, water. That's all you need. After that, everything else is a privilege. So a lot of the times when we feel this stress or this anxiety, these things are coming from places that we are choosing to put onto ourselves. We're choosing to go after certain endeavors, whether it's physical goals, sports, maybe it's social skills, looking to push yourself to get out to bars, get out to clubs, get out of your comfort zone, meeting strangers, learning to put yourself out there and express yourself in ways that make you feel uncomfortable. Maybe it's learning to overcome insecurities. And learning to express yourself freely without being inhibited from different kinds of social pressures. Comes from media, all kinds of places. We stifle ourselves. We don't want to put ourselves out there. We don't want to experience rejection. We'd rather sometimes live in a false reality in our mind of thinking that we can do certain things without actually trying and seeing what we are made of, seeing what we actually can accomplish in reality. Because you can learn that you could do this or you could do that, but why not go and find out what you can accomplish objectively, not just what you think you can do in your mind. And then facing that and not comparing yourself to others, but finding out what can you accomplish in your life? What can you do? You can always do better than you're doing today for yourself. You compare yourself to, are you putting in your best effort? Did you leave it all out there on the field, so to speak? Or did you quit? Did you fall short? Now, I was talking about characteristics: self-reliance, self-acceptance, self-love. How do you practice these things? Well, a great way is to say self-reliance. If you don't have anybody else to take you out and hold your hand, you make yourself do it. You make yourself go out. You learn to cultivate that relationship with yourself. Be your own best friend. They say it's lonely at the top because a lot of people, they don't try. They don't push themselves to do better. Some people don't want to strive to do better, perhaps. I don't know. I feel like if I'm not having goals for myself and I'm not pushing myself and trying to grow, that I get depressed. I need to have goals. I want to progress. I want to do better for myself. But the problem is sometimes you don't realize that that is something that you can do for yourself. And if you feel like you're not able to, then that is a depressing state to be in. But when you realize that you do have control over your reality, over your social life, over your finances, over taking action and working towards something that you would like to accomplish, there's so much joy just in that pursuit. And this is how you cultivate these characteristics and these qualities. You have to exercise them and put them into practice. So holding yourself accountable, that would be, how would you do that? When you make a commitment to yourself, you follow through. You might have cultivated habits that aren't optimal for you because you didn't even realize something like that you could build habits, or that you were even building habits for yourself. But now you can be proactive and decide what habits you want to build for yourself. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to drop certain behaviors that maybe you've been doing your entire life. But you have to find something. Like, this is what helped me, is when I found something that was more important than another behavior that I was doing. Maybe it was smoking cigarettes, right? There was a time when I smoked cigarettes when I was much younger, but I had other motivations that I found that the new motivation, whether it was being physically active and succeeding in that area, became more important to me than smoking cigarettes. And that was what helped me quit. If you make a schedule for yourself and you can actually see that it's possible for you to have a process and have a routine, and now you have a direction of where to go, then all you got to do is stick to the process and focus on consistency, not perfection, and figuring out how you can put these qualities and characteristics into practice that are going to help you to succeed in any endeavor. If you can manage yourself, self-mastery is one of the highest accomplishments that somebody can attain. It's difficult, it's not easy. But if you're able to manage your habits and have self-control and rely on yourself and cultivate self-trust, you're more likely to succeed in anything that you do. If you can be consistent in your actions alone, that is going to put you above the majority of people, because it's easy to just try or do something in bursts of energy every now and then, but to have consistent effort over a long period of time and master your own actions, yourself, your habits, processes, habits, routines, these are the things that are going to help you to get to where you want to be. And one of the best things you can do, make a schedule for yourself. Look at where you're spending your time. You only have so much time. You only have so much mental capital. You only have so much money. So figure out what the most important things are. First things first, prioritize the things that are most important to you. And you'll find that the other areas, maybe it's social media, maybe it's pornography, maybe it's things that may be enjoyable, but to say yes to one thing, you might have to say no to another thing. And are they more important? Are you going to sacrifice your dreams, sacrifice your goals for video games? Or do you want to live life for real? Do you want to have real life experiences? And if you manage your time and make a schedule for yourself, you can now see and measure things, look objectively at how much time you have. What can you actually do? You need a certain amount of sleep. You need to put in a certain amount of practice in various fields if you're looking to reach a high level or have the experiences that you would like to have. You need to put in the time. This is necessary. It's not going to happen by itself. No one's going to come and put you on and make something happen for you. You need to cultivate self-reliance and making things happen for yourself. And if someone does come along and they're able to help you, that's great. Like this video, but you're still being proactive in watching this video, in searching out the information, If you made it this far, please like, please subscribe to the channel for more dating content, self-development content. And until next time, peace out, my friends.